Hi, welcome to my video on how to straighten a coin. The coin I want to straighten is folded in half. It's probably an early medieval coin, Edward penny, but it could potentially be a Saxon penny worth thousands. Yes, literally thousands. Now the process I'm going to use to straighten it is called annealing, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. To start the process of annealing, or to perform the process of annealing this little hammered coin, you need some items: a bowl of cold water, a nice little pan, a blowtorch. You don't have to get one like this, but this is the one I use. Okay. The purpose of the pan is to place that in the bowl, so you're basically having a little island. Now this little island is where you're going to put your hammered coin, and I'll show you. Once you have your pan in position, you would then place your coin that is going to be annealed in the middle of the pan. Straighten, well, basically have the blowtorch at the right temperature, which is about that, and then all you do is you bring the flame slowly, move it from side to side, and what you're looking for really is when that goes cherry red, as soon as it goes cherry red in colour, you would then pop it in the water to quench it. That alters the state of the metal, and then you can begin the process of straightening it. So just wait for it to go cherry red. And if you can see that. There we go, cherry red. Now basically, the process of straightening this coin is probably going to take about 10 attempts. Now you basically anneal that. Every time you do that, you straighten it a little bit, and I would say try a mil at a time. If you over straighten it too quickly, you'll snap it in two. So we're going to try that process, and as I say, it can take up to 10 or 20 times to straighten that, but we'll give it a go. See, as you can see, we're starting to open it up like a clam, but the process is slow, but obviously it's better to be slow than fast. See, a few more attempts and it's starting to open up nicely. Another important thing to mention is whatever tool you're using to open it up, obviously you don't want to use metal implements, because you could potentially wipe a lot of money off the value of the coin if you scratch it. So try and use something that's softer than the metal. Anyway, we'll a few more attempts and this should be done. This is probably the 9th attempt, and as you can see, we're getting there. The most important thing is don't rush the process of annealing. I was hazard a guess and say this is probably a Eddie penny, but let's straighten it first before we decide. We are virtually straight. Please notice the selection of tools that I have. If I'm using metal implements, I have them protected with some insulation tape. This is my favourite tool, good old spatula, wooden of course. Now I think you'll all agree that that is as fat as it's going to be. A very important process now is to anneal it one last time, but when you get it up to the cherry red position, you do not go any further. You don't put it in the water to quench it, you let it cool down on its own, and then the silver will retain its original strength. steady wet, let it cool down on its own, and as I said before, it will retain its original strength. Once we've straightened the coin, we then need to clean it up, and the process is you place some boiling water on a little dessert plate like that, and you would then give the coin a gentle rub with some silver paper or silver foil, and that concludes this coin straightening process. I will clean this coin up and then I'll have a finished product for you to see shortly. Thank you. Well, I think you will agree, it's all in all it's been a worthwhile process. We can give it a rough idea to the identification of being an Edward penny. I wouldn't know which reign. Obviously those of us that do this hobby, we don't do it for the money, we do it for the love of retrieving these lovely items from the mercy of the plough. And this is going to look quite nice in its coin case, nice and straight. Hopefully some of you out there will now know how to straighten coins. Thank you for watching and good luck. Bye.